Ohio State is continuing to move forward and absolutely dominate the 2024 recruiting class, now bringing in the 8th best quarterback in the entire country. I'm of course talking about Air Noland. This guy, he literally, look at these stats right here. 4,000 passing yards, 55 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions, and then another 5. He had 60 TDs by himself. Over 792 points, most ever in Georgia high school football. This dude was a walking offense, and he is now going to be walking onto Ohio State's campus. This guy is the perfect quarterback for y'all. I mean, I broke down this tape a little while ago, going over potentially what schools that he could be going to, and he ended up picking Ohio State. Ohio State was actually the last school to offer him out of the schools that he had seeming to be picking from. It looked to be Miami or Clemson, but then Ohio State came out on top. They really pushed for him very hard at the end, and now Air Noland's going to be a Buckeye. My guy Air Noland, he's 6'3", 190. He's a lefty, as you guys can clearly see. Super compact throwing motion. I love his overall throwing mechanics. He's very compact, very fluid. I mean, you see him just drop it. Look at this drop this in absolute bucket. Nice soft touch throw right over the corner. I really like this kid's game a lot. I believe that he is going to do great things at Ohio State. Ohio State, you know, they've always had a quarterback. Those quarterbacks haven't always panned out to be these great pro prospects. I think starting off with CJ Stroud moving forward, I think that Ohio State's going to be having some guys that are seriously going to be NFL caliber guys, and I think that Air Noland is no exception. This kid is very calm and collected in the pocket. He does have some CJ Stroud traits, if you're asking me, just the lefty version of it. Very clean throwing mechanics. I mean, just look at this ball. I always love these. I always love the end zone angles, because you could really just see like that tight spiral, beautiful lead on the pass. To me, this is a huge recruiting win. This is coming off of a week where you guys picked up I believe the 5th best running back in the country in James Peoples, and then the 5th best wide receiver in the country in Mylan Graham. Mylan Graham's 5-star. You guys already got 5-star wide receiver and the #1 receiver in the country in Jeremiah Smith, bringing in a top-tier RB in James Peoples, and then you're capping it all off by bringing in your quarterback of the future in Air Noland. I love this kid's game. I think he's going to be an absolute gamer and a baller for the Buckeyes. Hey, all my OSU fans, leave this video a like for your quarterback of the future. And then he gives you a little bit of mobility too. Like, he's not going to kill you with his feet. Like, let's keep it a buck. He's not going to be this guy who's going to be rushing for 500, 600, 700 yards once he gets to the next level. But he does give you enough mobility to, if he needs to, he can extend plays. He can go and he can go out there and get those 2-3 yard first downs. This, to me, Air Noland is a phenomenal pickup. Oh, I mean, look at how he literally skips this ball off this linebacker's hands right here. Again, he does a great job of leading his passes. Little back shoulder. I mean, look at this ball placement. This is just phenomenal. Sees the wind, leaves it high and back where only his receiver can make that play. The ball placement, the spin, the consistency, the short throwing mechanics. Again, if you guys, I know watching lefty film can kind of be hard to break down what the throwing motion really looks like because you're so used to it coming from a righty. Just flip the screen. Literally, if you guys have the software to flip the screen, I can just tell just based off the throwing mechanics. He has a super compact, quick, no wasted motion throwing mechanics. He reminds me a lot of Tua's throwing motion, where obviously Tua is a lefty as well, but Tua has a very compact, very quick throwing motion, but he doesn't really lose out on a whole lot of power. Again, just driving that ball downfield, I think he's only going to get stronger and just get that much better of an arm. He reminds me a lot of CJ Stroud. I think that CJ Stroud had better arm talent coming out of high school, but I don't think that his mechanics were as refined as Air Noland's is. So all my Buckeye fans, stand up, because y'all got y'all one. You are fleshing out that offense very nicely. I mean, your class of 2024 is going to be elite. Don't get me wrong, Ohio State always does a great job of recruiting, and they do an especially great job of recruiting on that offensive side of the ball. But what they have done over these past couple of weeks and what they're looking to do in the class of 2024, you already landed 2 5-star receivers, you already got a top 5 position running back, and you're picking up a top 10 QB. Obviously, all my Ohio State fans are going to be looking at the Dylan Raiola pick and they're going to be like, oh man, we lost out on Dylan Raiola. I'm not mad at this. I feel like the same way how Oregon feels missing out on Dante Moore, but then picking up Austin Novosad. I think this might be a slightly better upgrade. Obviously, he's not Dylan Raiola, but I also think that he's not this chump. He's going to be a very quality quarterback and has the same ceiling, in my opinion, as a Dylan Raiola. I think Dylan Raiola has the great arm, but the accuracy and consistency is a big question mark. I would much rather have a guy like Air Noland who has great technique, great fundamentals, shows he can have the ball placement, the tight spiral. His game is more consistent overall, so I know what I'm going to be getting week in and week out. Yeah, Dylan Raiola might be able to throw the ball 97 yards, but can he do it consistently? Can he do it without throwing a pick? So overall, I'm excited. Hey, as an honorary Ohio State fan, this is a big recruiting win. So the Ohio State Buckeyes just landed the 8th best QB in the class of 2024 in Air Noland. This guy is used to operating a high-flying, high-profile offense. He's used to putting up points. He's a great thrower of the football, great mechanics, nice and tight. He's not letting the ball get too far away from him. He has more than enough mobility to be able to extend plays. I think he can work on his mobility a little bit, but the ball play, like everything that you're looking for from a quarterback as far as the throwing of the football aspect, he's got that on lock. He knows how to break down defense. I mean, you don't put up almost 800 points just going off of your first read. He leads guys extremely well. To me, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the entire 2024 class. I mean, he can flat out play, and when it comes time to throw, he can flat out spin it. So I'm excited. All my Buckeye fans should be excited because this is going to be a name that you're going to want to be paying attention to. I know after CJ Stroud's leaving this year, there's going to be a little bit of a void. You know, there's a ton of talent in that QB room to step up. I think if they don't step up, I think Air Noland could be a guy that comes in very early and shocks a lot of people over there in Buckeye Nation. But I want to hear from all my Ohio State fans. Comment down below, what do you guys think of the pickup of Air Noland? This guy is an absolute star. I want to hear from y'all though. Comment that down below. Leave this video a like for your new QB. Hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications. We cover everything that is happening in Ohio State news. We got spring games coming right up. We're going to be doing a full breakdown of Ohio State spring games, so you guys are not going to want to miss any of the action that we're going to be bringing you guys here these upcoming weeks. So hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications. I love and appreciate all y'all, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.